All right, so reviewing this magnetic knife holder. This thing has been awesome and it looks really good too. That was one thing that was important to me, is that this was an add to our kitchen, not something that looked terrible. So that's the first thing I noticed, is it's really beautiful. It's real wood. It has a great oak grain to it, or a walnut grain to it, sorry, not oak. And the next thing was, would it actually hold knives well? Because I've seen people that have these and the knives fall off of them and that kind of stuff. So I'm going to talk about that in just a second. Does this hold all of my knives well? How many knives that I can hold with it? What my installation was like. We had a big knife holder on the countertop where we put all of our knives in, you know, that type, the chop block kind, and it takes huge real estate on the countertop. This was so attractive to me because it's hanging on the wall, gets all of those knives up off of the counter, and I've heard storing your knives on something like this can help keep an edge on the knife longer than sliding it into something like a sheath or one of those chop block things. So that's the reason that we bought this. I'll talk about it. Talk about installation. Installation was really easy. There's these two little grooves, screw grooves in the back of this. Now, I'll also say each one comes with sticky pads as well. So they're like command strips, really sticky pads where you can stick on the back and then you can stick it on the wall. I didn't want to do that for a few reasons. One of the reasons being it's a greasy environment. We put it right by our stove. I didn't want to chance those getting hot or greasy and then not sticking. Also, I just wanted it to be sturdy. And I wanted, if I ever wanted to move locations, I wanted to be able to move the location of it without messing up the back of this thing. So decided to install it with screws. So basically what I did is I measured between these two with a measuring tape, and then took a level to it, and I put 2 screws, marked them on the wall, and then put 2 screws in the wall here. So now I can take this and I can easily take it on or off. Yeah, easily. I just did it. I can easily put it on like that, and it just hangs there, and it's super sturdy. Like, I can put weight on this. Nothing's going to make this thing fall. Now, if I put my nice sharp knives on this, I don't want this thing falling because that's going to dull the knives. And then also, it's incredibly dangerous if your knives are just flying around the kitchen. So having it installed looks great. Really happy with the look and the sturdiness of it. Now, does it do its job? Does it actually hold knives? There's a couple of small things on this that when we talk about the knives that it holds and how it holds them, there's a couple of really nitpicky things, but overall, I've really loved having this thing, and it made my wife incredibly happy having this thing installed. So we have a few large knives. We can hold almost all of our knives on it. It holds scissors as well. This is another thing, because scissors are heavy, but there's not a lot of metal surface to stick to. But we've been really happy with how it holds scissors. That's one thing. That's one of my nitpicky things, is if the knife is too far on the end, I think the magnets end somewhere within here, so they need to be further in to have a good surface space. So the further in they are, the more that they hold. Okay. Same thing here. Then you can really start to stack this thing up with knives of all different sizes. Now, this knife is a little bit heavier and it's a lot longer. What we've noticed is that there's not enough metal surface space on this knife to connect to the magnet. So what we do to solve that is we actually just hang the knife upside down, and it catches on the handle and it works great. So now we could just grab the handle from up there and use the same sort of thing. So if you have knives that are slipping off of it when you get it because of the surface area, it's not a problem with this, it's a problem with the area, the metal area of the knife. You could just put it upside down and the handle catches it perfect. So we've absolutely loved having this. It's changed the way our kitchen is arranged. It makes it feel more roomy, and it's changed the way that we cooked because they're just so accessible right there.